Hello, everybody, and welcome back to what may be the final episode here. If it is, you will know it before I do, which is kind of strange, but it is true, but also kind of not true. Time traveling is weird, and you do that, so I don't know what to say. So we're going to be heading up over to Yiyu here, and we're going to definitely be taking that over. Now, we've only got one force heading up here to attack Zhou. And that is going to be interesting because they're going to be pretty tied down. We'll see how that ends up going. Actually, 6 stability is pretty good here. Our stability is really low right now because I forgot to remove our access before I declared on these guys, which is my own fault. So boosting up our stability is absolutely a very good thing, and we certainly do want to do that. We're going to have problems with this low level of stability, so we definitely want to do that. We had a researcher die, and that means that we now have the Fan family, which is scorned. Oh, that's convenient. Sure, this guy's the best at the job, and he is also a scorned family, so we'll take that. We're going to be invading here and heading up here, then up to this fort. Now, that's, of course, going to be a little bit on the slow side. These guys are still building roads for a while here, so that seems okay. Up we go. Wonderful. I'm wondering where their army is. We haven't seen their army yet. That's a little strange, right? That's definitely a little strange. Well, it's going to take us a while to move around in this mountainous region up here, and we'll see. We now have a claim on the regional power of Zhou. Yeah, we had one previously. Okay, I'm not sure why that happened, but whatever. We already had that claim. There's their army. Okay, so they're going to run around down here. They're going to take over some of this territory. That's fine. I'm not too concerned about that right now. So our oratory advances have advanced, and we can definitely take something along the lines of logistics division to boost up supply limits by 10%. That'd be really nice because, of course, supplies are going to be a bit of a problem down on this side. We're going to go start sieging this fort, and the question is, when are these guys going to be done building the road? And the answer is not for a while. If we didn't have the end of the game looming, I would have waited until they were available for this. Ooh, hello. Okay, so that's a lot of levies. That's interesting. I didn't expect them to have this level of levy. We definitely don't want to fight them in the mountains where they have this fort. We can try to bait them out of there. We can alternatively hire in some mercs and bring those up. That's probably not a bad idea here. I'm going to hire this small unit of mercs. They're going to go into unit reorg, and we're going to bring them up over this way. Something like that. These guys are still working on their road build, so we're not going to bring them up just yet. I'm watching these forces split up a bit here. I doubt that this would still be a good attack for us. Yeah, we need to let this force lock in, for sure. Okay. Ticking is on our side here. They are heading southward here. This is also in mountains. Okay. These guys are now locked. If we were to come up and attack here, yeah, we would still lose that. So we don't necessarily want to take that attack. That's interesting, for sure. Okay, terrain is impassable due to the fort here, so we can't chase them down this way. These guys are on their way north, and they're on unit reorg. They'll get there eventually. We'll probably take them off of unit reorg here fairly soon. These guys are going to finish up their road eventually. But yeah, I was not expecting these guys to have this level of levies. Now, this is going to auto-cap back. That's understood. These are locked in here. Now, we could come back up here and siege this, but this would be a bad move. We should not do that at this time. So we're not going to. These guys are no longer on unit reorg. Okay, I'm not sure why they exited unit reorg. Probably because they're on hostile territory, actually. So that's fine. And yeah, we'll gain a bunch of gold here. That seems okay. So this seems relatively fine for the time being. These guys are walking in over here. These are walking in here. So that's definitely understood. I believe the capital here is like up here. There we go. So let's head up over this direction for now. They're going to take back the ticking war goal. We're going to head directly up here and start sieging. We're hoping that we're able to get this siege done before they head back up this way, but I don't know that that's actually going to happen. This might be a bad plan, but I want to get the mercs out over here. That's interesting. So we're going to have the defensive terrain here. That is not the way that defensive terrain usually works in Paradox games. Usually, if you are sieging, the attacker would get the defensive terrain. Now, their army has higher morale than ours. By how much? 4.96 compared to 4.71. So that is a little higher morale. But that might not be the end of the world. Now, they do have more forces in here, but they are arriving a little bit staggered. Not very staggered, but slightly staggered. We'll see how this goes. I think it depends on how we roll. Now, they definitely have a bunch of levy forces running around here. No doubt about that. Okay, let's see how this ends up going. So, -2 due to mountains for us. Yeah, this is how I expected this to work. But this is not what the prediction said would happen. That's interesting. That's very interesting. So they're getting the terrain penalty. Yeah, we're considered the attacker here, which is what I expected to have happen. So we're just going to let this fight through. We're going to do what damage we can. We're rolling fairly mediocrely right now. Yeah, I don't want to actually head in here just yet. They're going to attack our vassal forces there. Okay. So we were defeated here. This was expected. We're retreating. Oh, wow, that's a long retreat. Okay, that's going to be a big problem. Okay. How are we doing on this road build? We're almost done with it. Sure. This is very awkward. So let's finish up this occupation here. That'll get us our ticking war score back. Then we're going to come help our ally down over here. Eventually. There we go. We're going to walk down this way. These guys are going to be retreating for the next trillion years. Then these guys are going to head up over here. I'm wondering how they were able to levy this many troops. They've only got 532 pops. I want to point that out. We've got 2,997. They've got 532. I was not expecting them to have anywhere near this level of forces. Also, they're moving a fair amount faster than we are up here. So that's noted. Yeah, they were able to catch our Merc force here. So our Merc force is going to need to retreat as well, which we can do at any moment now. I'm going to retreat them down over here. We're just bleeding them here. Okay. So I told them to retreat down here, and we bled them as much as we could. This guy is now disloyal. He has given up on building this, and he's heading up. Okay, we're going to bribe him, but I'm still going to have him head up. I don't care too much about building all of that. Yeah, he's doing the right thing, to be honest. But we're going to bribe him. We want him under our control. Okay, so awkwardness is, of course, ensuing here. I am unsure of how they managed to levy this number of forces, to be honest. Now, fighting them in the mountains was always going to be challenging. But even so, it's kind of nuts how many forces they were able to levy with their pops. Wild. So we're heading up over here, and we're going to take this area back. That's fine. No longer importing base metals, yeah. Eventually, our forces will stop their retreats. Eventually. We lost the siege up here, which was expected. And this guy is going to come up here and deal with this force. Okay. Our ally is taking this back. The question is, are they going to flip that to us? Yes, they did. Perfect. So that looks good. And we're just going to pop down here, and then these guys are going to pop all the way down there. Yeah, that's going to be gross. But we've got more forces on the way up. We'll have this under control. It's just very awkward. No doubt about that. So we're going to make our way up over to B and hopefully catch them there. Okay. So they are fighting here. We cannot do anything about that at this moment. So our mercs are just going to head down here. We're going to put them into unit reorg for right now. That's fine. These guys are still on their retreat. That is the world's longest retreat. And we're going to come siege B up here. Now, our vassal's actually doing some work up here, which is nice. That is absolutely a good thing. And I'm going to tell our mercenaries to stop being on unit reorg. And we're going to take them back up and start working on this front. For the time being, I'm going to let our vassal run around out here and deal with these guys. Okay. Fighting them outside of the mountains will be very beneficial for us, for sure. But they have a large amount of levies there, and we'll need to deal with that. There's no way they can replace those forces, though, right? There's definitely no way they can do that. So we're going to put this guy in here. That seems okay. And we're going to finish up this siege fairly quickly. Our vassal is fighting here. Are they going to be able to win that, though? I don't know that they are. But they can probably keep them busy for a little while, which is basically what we need. So these guys are going to hop back here. The veterans are moving on. Hey, we gained 1,000 manpower. That's nice. Okay, we're still sieging up over this way. These guys are now back, so I want them to start walking up over here. That's going to take them a while to get there. No doubt about it. They're intercepting our mercs here. I'm wondering if our vassal is going to come help here. No, they're not. They're absolutely not. Okay. That's fine. I should have noted this earlier, to be honest. So this is fine. We'll just continue to bleed them, and we'll retreat our mercs out over here as soon as we can. Which is now. But I'm going to bleed them a little longer here. Now. There we go. We managed to kill a third of their army there. So that's actually not bad. This siege will be wrapping up very shortly. There we go. And now we're going to head up over this direction. There's no way they can fight this army now. They've been bled too hard. So this is looking good. These guys are going to head up and continue to reinforce. Our mercs are retreating right where this levy is, which is convenient. And we have our vassal forces right behind. Our mercs have basically no morale, so that's noted. But our vassal forces arrive, and that looks good. Is that a stack wipe? It should be. Yeah, that's a stack wipe. Perfect. I'm going to take the mercs down over to... Actually, I'm going to take them up over to here, but not via that route. Come this way. There we go. Cool. So they can't really do anything about this. We do have Ba planning to rebel in 21 months. That's almost certainly due to our stability, but our stability is improving a decent amount. So that's looking solid. We might stack wipe this army here. That would be great. I'd like to bring these guys up over here at this point. And actually, the mercs can stay here and cap this back for right now. Now we seem to have this pretty under control, but... they definitely surprised me with their number of forces. So it doesn't look like we're going to have to cap here. So instead, I'm going to send the mercs up to start a siege up over this way. So we can call down an omen. I don't think we need morale of armies. I'm going to go with provincial loyalty here to stave off Ba for a little bit. That will allow us to build up some stability, which will be very, very good. Okay. So they're going to be sieging here. That's fine. We'll be arriving there fairly soon. This is a very long province, so we don't have that much further to go. And I really don't think that they can fight Kejang Wen here. He's going to be too much for them. I'm 99% certain about that. They don't have the forces, and they don't have the strength to do it, generally speaking. So that's okay. These guys are just kind of chilling for the moment. And we're heading up to Yeyu. So this looks okay. We have a military tradition that we can take. Not that any of these are actually useful to us in any way. We're not using cavalry. So, sure. Whatever. That looks fine. We got a breach up here. That's wonderful. So that looks great. We're going to continue to grab Yeyu, and then we'll head up to Gufu, as before. But yeah, they definitely had significantly more forces than I expected, but what they don't have is any ability to replenish those forces. They lack significantly the manpower to... No! Kejang Wen, stop it. This guy's disloyal again. He's leaving this siege, and that's really, really bad. What can we do about this guy? We cannot bribe him. We can't give him free hands either, because he doesn't have an office. We could reward his veterans. That'll reduce his power base, which isn't maybe a bad thing. But that's not going to solve the problem. We could grant him a holding, which I'd prefer not to do. What else could we do here to reduce his disloyalty? This is happening because we had a transfer of power, and we really need him to not walk away from this siege. We really need him to not walk away from the siege. So we can try to make friends with him, but that's not a current, like, right now solution. We need a right now solution. We cannot bribe him for another 3 years. We cannot give him free hands because he doesn't hold an office. Can we give him an office? No. Okay. What else can we do for this guy? Friend of rival of ruler. Okay, so who is his friend? This one. We're going to remove rival here. That puts him at 38. Okay. There we go. Keep sieging. Thank you. That was almost bad. So this siege is going to continue. We do have a civil war brewing right now. This is... Who is this? We don't really have anybody. Yeah, this is going away. That just didn't update. Okay, that sounds good. So that is fine. They are looking at trying to fight Kejang Wen here, but I don't think they actually want to. I do want to fight them here, if I can. We'll see if this guy makes his way up, Siwen, but I don't know that he will. Let's see. We did not get that tick there, but they decided not to fight this. That looks good. We'll secure a supply of onions from abroad. That's okay. We've got the cash. So that looks good. Yes, I'm going to spend political influence on this. We need to make friends with Kejang Wen. So that looks fine. These guys are actually splitting up. This is a really bad move that they're doing here. They're trying to attack us here while these guys head off. I'm not sure if they've got disloyalty going on or what, but that's kind of insane. I'm going to let these lock in. They're actually trying to head this way now. I'm going to let them lock in there. We finished this siege. We're sieging up here. They're now locked in here. So this looks good. Yes, we're probably going to lose this because of the mountainous terrain. But the idea behind this is that we wrap up this battle here, and Kejang Wen can come down here, like this, and we can pincer them with their forces split up. We'll see if Kejang Wen gets there in time. It's going kind of poorly. But this is actually going better than I expected. But it is taking a very long time for Kejang Wen to get there. He got there, though, and it immediately ended. So we're going to send a force here, and then a force here. Actually, here. Perfect. We're at 42 war score right now. This is getting under control. So that looks solid. We do, of course, have Ba rebelling in 11 months. That puts us on a bit of a clock here. We want to get this done, ideally, before then. We do have 1, 2, 3, 4 forts to go. So that's going to be kind of slow, especially since these are kind of in a line. We were spurred by Kejang. Okay, whatever. So yeah, these are kind of in a line, and I'm not sure if we're going to be able to get past any of them to multi-siege. Yeah, probably not. So that's a bit awkward. Unless we got passage through the Keen Revolt. They wouldn't give it to us. I'm going to improve relations with them. And I may also send them a gift. I still don't want to fight them. So this is fine for now. I'm going to move these guys up to use the siege engineers here. But if we can get access through them, that would be huge to be able to siege these simultaneously. So let's work towards that. They have 27 reasons not to do this right now. Let's send them a gift, boosting it by 25 reasons. Now they have 21 reasons not to do this. Okay, so they're probably not going to let us do that. That's noted. I mean, they shouldn't. They definitely shouldn't allow us through, but we'll see. Okay, so this siege is now completed. I want to move these guys up to here. And then we can try to, like, inch our way around here, but I don't think zone of control is going to be blocking us. So we can only do one of these forts at a time. That's definitely going to slow us down. Okay. Unless we can make our way past through occupation. I don't know. We might be able to. Yeah, we can make our way around this way and just slowly inch our way around. That's actually fine. We need to maintain the siege of this fort. Make our way here and occupy it. Then we should be able to move past this zone of control, I think. Pretty sure that's how that works. So why don't you start heading up over here? I believe we can't head up here now. That is correct. And if we occupy this, can we push past? Yes, we can. Beautiful. So we're going to come on up over this way. Yeah, we'll try to catch some of the cattle. That's fine. Cool. So these guys are going to get crushed, and this siege is going reasonably well. That looks fine. I say they're going to get crushed, but our morale is not doing so great. But they don't have the numbers. They simply do not have the numbers. We're going to stack wipe that. That looks good. I'm going to send the mercs here, and I'm going to send our regulars up over here. So the Legion is going to go here. The mercs are going to go here. Perfect. Then we're going to have to do the same thing, inching around. Actually, no, we can't, because there's not an opening here. This is just a singular pass. So we got to get this fort underway as soon as possible. We're at 88% war score right now. We can get a little bit more from ticking, but this is about what we're going to get on that front. Okay, so Ba is leading their war of independence against us. That's fine. I'm going to hire these mercs, and we're going to send them up over this way to Fulin. I'm not even going to unit reorg. It's going to take them a while to get there. So they'll work on getting their morale up. That seems fine. Beautiful. It does look like we're not going to have this done this episode. It looks like we're going to have one more. So that looks reasonably fine. In which case, we've only got 2 years left. I should probably end this episode slightly early so that we don't have like 10 minutes of content in the next episode. That would probably be for the best. So I think I'm going to go ahead and do that. We'll deal with Ba. We'll finish off the war with Zhou, and that looks good. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings. And a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Shadow Wolf, Atala, Ali Lee, Dark Horse, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Soccerman12UK, Kintogan, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video. And as always, I will see you all next time.